Hello, everyone. We're so happy to still have everybody around to join our live concert. I know that we've been building up all week for this moment, and we are just super excited to have Austin from Sing Me a Story here. And then we're going to hear from the musicians and we're going to hear from the families. And so we're just so excited for this.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Leanne. We are equally as excited. A few months ago, so earlier this year, we were introduced to iCAN and all the incredible work you guys are doing. And we couldn't have been more pleased and honored to be one small part of your big event this summer. So just to give everybody a background, I know most of you know who we are and what we do, but for those that might not, we're Sing Me a Story. We give deserving youth in need all over the world the chance to write and illustrate stories about whatever they want. And then we give those to talented singers and songwriters who turn those stories into songs and send them back to the kids. So as those of you know who have been watching this wonderful event all week, we had the opportunity to do that this year. And we had the opportunity to do that with 6 different youth and families from all over the world. It was really neat. So we got a story from Nadia and a story from Logan and a story from Ilaria, who by the way is in Italy. And that was really fun because we were able to connect her with a songwriter in Toronto who, thank goodness, spoke Italian because none of us do. So it made the whole thing actually work. And it was really fun to see. We got a story from Meg and a story from Reese and a story from Kian. So today we were able to, and of those stories, we put them all to songs, and that's what you have all watched all week long. But today we had 3 of our songwriters that were available to join us this morning and perform these songs for everybody. So we are really excited. But before we get started, I wanted to share a link, and by me, I mean Tom or Hannah is going to share a link in the chat where everybody can see all the stories and all the songs, all 6 of them that came from this great partnership this year. So if after this you want to go read the full stories or you want to hear the other songs, please do so. And as we go through all this, I'm going to mention what we're calling our tip jar because we come from Nashville. And in Nashville, there's something called songwriters rounds where songwriters get together and they perform various original songs in a circle in front of an audience, and there's always a tip jar. And if you like the song, the custom is to put money in the tip jar. But because we're doing this virtually, we like to kind of take that custom and bring it to our virtual event here. And if you like the song, of course, feel free to go to a link that will be posted after each song in the chat box to our website where the song will be, and you can donate to the song, receive the song as an MP3 with your donation receipt, and the money that gets raised goes towards iCAN and Sing Me a Story. So it's kind of our virtual songwriter round tip jar, and that's a way that you can support both the wonderful work that iCAN is doing as well as Sing Me a Story. So when you hear me say tip jar, that's what I mean. So look in your chat. So thank you guys. All right, let's get started. So first we have Michaelan from Toronto. And hi, Michaelan, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
We're great.
Good. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Awesome.
Perfectly. Yeah. So Michaelan, tell us a little bit about the story that you have that you turned into a song, and what particular aspects of it that you liked, and kind of what was the process like to take the ideas presented in that story and put it to music?
So I had Meg's story, I'm Not Broken, and there was just so much to work with throughout her entire story. Like every page could have been a song in itself. And so when I read it first, I was like, I had so many ideas, and it was about kind of trying to whittle it down almost and pick out what the consistent ideas were through it. But honestly, I'm going to brag a little bit on Meg's behalf here. She's a natural writer. So it was a very, very like easy song to put together because she had all of the ideas laid out. We took some direct lines and everything. She's just a very talented writer. So it was so much fun to write too, because Meg's story had like some pictures in it that you could take inspiration from, poems, poets that I study in university, she was referencing in her book. So it was a really, really cool experience for sure.
That's awesome. And Michaela, tell us a little bit about you. So you're in Toronto, you're a singer-songwriter. What are you up to these days?
These days, I'm working for a group in Canada called the Canadian Musicians Cooperative, which is pretty cool. I get to just attend trainings and film live streams, and that is my summer job. But when I'm not doing that, I like to spend time with friends. I like to read, and I'm in school right now. I go to university for popular music studies.
Wow, sounds awesome. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning to perform your song. I can't wait for everyone to hear this song. We got to listen to it, the full thing, we did a sound check earlier this week. And we usually only listen to a few seconds just to make sure the sounds good. But as I told Tom and everyone, I said, let her keep playing, let her keep playing. It's great. So I look forward to everyone getting a chance to hear that. Okay, so Meg and her grandmother Patricia are with us. Can everybody see Meg? Hi, Meg.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
How are you, and where are you guys joining us from?
We're in Crosby. It's in Houston.
Oh, wow. Crosby, you said?
Yep.
Wow, is it hot down there in Texas?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I remember last year it used to be like really cold and I'd go out there and it would be so cold, but now it's so hot.
Yeah, I lived in in Houston for a little while, and that's the one thing I remember is just how hot it was, especially in July. Well, great, guys. Well, Meg, I have read your story over and over again, and I was trying to find my favorite line, which was hard to do because, as Michaela mentioned, you so eloquently included so many verses and things from other poets and writers, but you yourself are an excellent writer, and so it was hard for me to pick out a line that I wanted to share with you that was my personal favorite. But I loved when you said, my disability doesn't make me grieve at all. Instead, I see it as a sort of superpower. And to me, that was so poignant. It was a lesson that I think all of us, even you being 11, that you can recognize, but all of us adults should really appreciate. And so thank you for sharing that wisdom. It means a lot. So without further ado, Michaela, please take it away.
Okay, so this is I Am Not Broken. It's written by myself and my guitar teacher, James Linderman, and Meg. So I'm really excited to be here singing it for you today. Yeah, like I said before, there was just so much in the song that I could work with because Meg is an amazing writer. So I'm really excited to be performing it for you. This is I'm Not Broken. Just gonna make sure the audio setting's okay. Okay, there we go. When you ask me who am I hope you have a bit of time, 'cause there's so much more to me than what first meets the eye. And I won't say I own a plane or went to Tokyo or Spain, and I won't paint the life I live that's not the real me today. Okay, so here's what I will say. I've been thinking about happiness. You know it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. I thought that life was full of sunshine and rainbows every day, but there's no rainbows without rain. There's no rainbows without rain.
to go on random walks, escape to the outside. Take one step at a time to help me ease my mind and get away from my indoor self. 'Cause flowers, trees, and cute dogs both, they like to smile at me. Or maybe it's a squirrel in that tree. And I know it's okay to take it slow. I've been thinking about happiness. You know it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. That life was full of sunshine and rainbows every day. But there's no rainbows without rain. There's no rainbows without rain. And I will not be defined by what I cannot do. There isn't a fantasy that's better than my truth. I've been thinking about happiness. You know it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to cry. 'Cause everybody cries sometimes. I thought that life was full of sunshine and rainbows every day. But there's no rainbows without rain. There's no rainbows without rain. Rain, rain, rain without rain. So that was I Am Not Broken. Thank you so much to Meg for sharing your amazing story with me. And thank you so much for all your lovely compliments in the chat, you guys. It means so, so much. Thank you, thank you.
Bravo! That was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you both for creating such a beautiful thing to share with everybody. Meg, did you like it?
Loved it. That was amazing.
Yay, good, I'm glad.
Gets better every time I hear it.
Good, awesome. That's so good to hear.
That's awesome. Meg, can you picture jamming out to this song someday in your car or at home?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
I
so
do that
cool.
already.
Yay, good. That's always my favorite thing to hear.
And Patricia, did you enjoy the song as well? Not sure if she heard me. Well, that's great. Well, thank
we
you.
heard you. The host muted us for a second.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Well, I'm glad. This was so fun, and it was such a beautiful song. And thank you both for collaborating and creating something that was really magical. I wanted to stand up and give a standing ovation, but then all you'd see is the fact that I'm wearing shorts and a collared shirt. And
That makes sense for Zoom. I do the same thing.
Yeah. But great job, guys. That was really fun. This is the best part of my job, is getting to watch two wonderful people connect and create something beautiful together. So thank you both so much. And the link to the tip jar, I think, should be in the chat if it hasn't already. And just as a reminder, if you like the song and you wanted to be able to listen to it on your own, please go to that link and you can donate just $1 or donate whatever you like. And you'll receive a copy of the song as an MP3 with your donation receipt. And along with Meg and myself, you can jam to the song in your car and enjoy it. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you. This was amazing. I'm so glad I got to see Meg again and her grandma. Hi, guys.
Very cool. All right. Well, next up, so we have three, as I mentioned, to share with you all today. So next up, we have our second musician, Cab the musician. What's up, Cab? Good to see you, man. Cab is coming to our meeting today from Nashville. How are things in Nashville?
Can you hear me all right?
Yep, we can hear you great.
Yeah, things are great. Yeah, it's nice and sunny, about 90 something degrees always. Yeah, it's quite a heat wave down here, just like good old Texas. But yeah, we're always having fun down here.
Awesome. Very cool. So, Cab, will you tell us a little bit about the story you chose? And then also, well, let's start there. Tell us a little bit about the story.
So Logan's story was the one I chose, and it was really, really cool. Logan likes to hunt and is also an avid sports fan, plays baseball. And growing up, I didn't hunt a lot, but I did hunt with my uncles a couple of times. But I was always in sports, always in and out of sports. And so I saw a lot of similarities in his stories. And so his stories were, primarily about not getting super frustrated when things didn't go right the first time. And I think it's such an important lesson, especially to realize that, at the age of 12, but people still struggle with it 30 and 40. About, if it doesn't quite go the way that you want it to the first time, it's not over. There's always a chance and a second chance for redemption. And I think sometimes, we go through life and we do have those moments that are kind of like one shot, but life goes on. And it's really, really cool that Logan realizes so early in life that you can still pick yourself back up and still deliver. So it's really, really cool.
That is cool. Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about, so this is unique, this scenario. This is a first for Sing Me a Story. So I think it started when Tom, who's our program director, who is wonderful with all the youth and kids that we work with. But one of his things that he often does when they do the storytelling portion, or he works with them about what their story and goes through the story writing process, is we always ask, what kind of music are you into? And because if on our end, if we can kind of steer the songwriter choice or whatnot in any direction, we try and do that. And I believe Logan said, well, I think this is probably going to be a country song because it included, fishing hunting and baseball and that sort of thing. But he said, I really like anime. And so I didn't know really what anime was. I knew it was a cartoon sort of thing, but I didn't realize there was music that was part of anime. Hey, Logan. So could you tell us a little bit, Kavanaugh, about anime, especially anime music, and what you may have already known or what you learned about it through this process?
So I am a long time anime fan. I can't even begin to tell you how much I've watched and how much I've covered. And I think it started kind of early in life. Like I always I was an avid reader, and so I remember like crushing all the way through like Harry Potter, like the Harry Potter series and stuff like that. And but like fantasy worlds always have fascinated me. Like, so I'm huge sci-fi, fantasy, stuff like that. And so I think anime was kind of like a natural like next step because what up, Logan? How you doing, man? I think anime was just like a next step because it's like and I was talking to my wife about this the other day. It's kind of like the potential of the human mind, where of course it ignores physics a lot, but it's really cool what the human mind is capable of and like what you can find and make just solely from someone's vision. And so I think that's what's always captivated me about anime. And so the music in anime has to be just as like energetic and like fantastical and like carry all of that with it. And so like I said, I've been watching anime for the longest time, been exposed to like all different types of like anime openings and closing musics and stuff like that, even the music they use during the shows. And so I've never had like a reason to really like get into it and like really like get to the bottom of like what the pieces of like what makes an anime sounding track the way that it is. And so it was really cool that Logan kind of like also opened a door for me, like, you know, as well. And like kind of like being like kind of honest, because I know like sometimes people get made fun of for watching anime and like being into it and stuff like that. So I really respect that he was like, yeah, this is what I like. And I'm so grateful that it gave me a chance to also do something that I love as well.
That's really cool. Yeah, so since all this, I've been able to listen to some anime music, and it is very cool. And thanks for explaining that whole process to everybody. So, so today you're going to perform the song,
Yeah.
but so everybody knows, a little bit different than Michaelin's song, where you know, it's a vocal and piano. An anime song is produced with all sorts of stuff, right?
Yes. So, yeah, I have, how many? I think I'm up to 27 different tracks
Okay.
running, and like so, and that's everything from drums, guitars, bass, several different keys and synths and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's what gives it that like massive sound, and so that's that's just kind of like the stylistic thing. So, did I get carried away with it? Maybe just a little bit. I don't know.
Well, that's really cool. So, what Cav is going to do today is he's going to play that track behind him and then sing along to it, so we get that kind of live performance feel. But Logan, how's it going, man?
Good.
Good. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for an awesome story. I was able to read your story, and I'm a hunter too, and I will admit to you, Logan, that in reading your story, it looked like you were bow hunting. I've been doing that for 3 or 4 years, and I've missed every time. So don't feel bad about that. But I loved your story. And do you play baseball?
Yes.
What position do you play?
First base or left field.
Nice. Very cool. And where are you, Logan?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Awesome. So we have a Houstonite and a San Antonian. Is it hot? Is it hot in San Antonio?
Could be worse.
That's a good answer. It could always be worse, I suppose, right? Well, great, guys. Well, again, the tip jar link will be in the chat as we listen to this song. So keep in mind that as you listen to it, you're welcome to, donate to the song, receive the song. You'll be supporting iCAN and Sing Me a Story. And you'll also be able to check out some of the other stories and songs from all this. So anyway, without further ado, Cav, I will let you take it over.
All right, thanks. This song is called Keep Dreaming, and it was kind of birthed from the mind of Logan. So it's really, really cool, man. Let's get all this ready. Sometimes when you fall, you can feel so small, never strong enough to get over the wall. Grit your teeth, set your feet, dig down deep, and then you'll see. You'll see that you can keep fighting, keep dreaming, believing. Keep fighting, keep dreaming, believing. You might not get it right away, but try your best and someday you will win. Believe it. The chips are down, the final round, and you can't count on someone to come bail you out. Calm your heart, find your mark, make your focus razor sharp. You'll see that you can keep fighting, keep dreaming, believing. Keep fighting, keep dreaming, believing. You might not get it right away, but try your best and someday you will win. Believe it. You are powerful and bold. stronger than you know. We can always count on you to pull us through. Calm your heart, find your mark, make your focus razor sharp. You'll see that you can keep fighting, keep dreaming, believing. Keep fighting, dreaming, believing. You might not get it right away, but try your best and someday you will win. Believe it.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
It was just great.
So much fun.
That's awesome. Great job, guys. That was super cool. So was that, Logan, did you think that was true to kind of the anime sound that you were hoping for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you put that to an actual anime, the genre of the anime would probably be sports.
Yep. I've been watching, for some reason I got on a really big like sports anime kick. So and I mean people think about, if they think about anime at all, they always think about, like Dragon Ball Z or something like that. But there's literally something for everyone. I mean, I think there's even one that like my sister found where it's literally like a girl who runs like a pet shop, and like she's like just with puppies and stuff all day, and it's just kind of like whatever you're into, it's out there.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So there's sports anime, huh?
Oh yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. And especially like if you grew up playing sports, it like some of like the life lessons that they kind of get into and all that stuff, like you identify pretty heavily with.
Wow. Well, I think everybody now has an assignment to go out and figure out what anime they might be into. I'm going to check out sports anime. That sounds pretty cool.
A lot of stuff, man. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Logan, great job. That was awesome. And you inspired at first for Sing Me a Story. After hearing that song, I hope it's not the last anime tune, but it was awesome. So great job, buddy. Thank you so much for being a part of this. It was really fun. Cav,
Hey, what's up?
thanks, buddy. Thank you so much. That was great.
No problem. And a quick shout out to Robin for the Promised Neverland in the chat. That is excellent.
Very cool. And we'll have a chance. I should mention to everybody at the end of this, we're going to have a little question and answer session where everybody can send along questions to anybody, and we'll hopefully answer them. So if you have any thoughts or comments or questions, you're welcome to chime in then as well. So I will say to Amy and all the folks at iCAN, well, first of all, thank you all so much for this opportunity. But I'm noticing so many people in super cool iCAN t-shirts. And I know I speak for everybody on the Sing Me a Story staff that we want some iCAN t-shirts. So don't leave us out. All right. So having said that, let's move on. So our next artist, they come from Orlando. Seems like everybody's down south. What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We got the Beat Brothers band from Orlando. Will you guys introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, so I'm Mikey McCabe, and
I'm Danny. I'm his brother, Danny.
yep, and we are brothers. We live in Orlando. We love to write songs, perform anywhere and everywhere we can, and so we got this opportunity to sing this awesome song for Reese, and we're just really stoked about it.
Very cool. Tell us a little bit about the story and kind of what stuck out to you most.
Yeah, so what stuck out most to me was the fact that, all the stuff was going on, all these challenges and things that she was going through were happening, but then there was just the tone of the book and everything was just a tone of pure gratitude for those who helped her, especially for her mom, and also, friends, looking up, letting God kind of take it and do the work, and she really, really mature, really just a really great view of things that I think everybody could kind of take a lesson from. It really inspired me to kind of be a better person and just be a little more grateful for all the great things that, happen in life, yeah.
That's awesome. And Reese, do we have you here?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Reese. How's it going?
Hey,
Good. How are
Reese.
you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. And where are you joining us from, Reese?
We're in Charleston right now, but we're from Kansas. So
Awesome. Charleston, is this a vacation or have you moved there?
yes, sir. We're visiting my grandparents right now. So
Lucky you. Well, that's lucky that you have grandparents that live in Charleston. That's a great place to visit, huh?
yes, sir.
Very cool. Well, Reese, I know your story stuck out to a lot of people. I think it received a couple songs. And tell us the title of your story and kind of what it was that you wrote about and, kind of what it meant to you.
The title of my story was My Guardian Angel. And I kind of wrote it about like my cancer journey and how my mom just made me laugh the whole way through it and how she was just always there and how everyone was always there for me. And it's just awesome for everyone.
That's very sweet. Well, hi, Mom. uh, so Amy is your name. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about her story and kind of the song and what it meant to you.
Yeah, when she was 15, she got diagnosed with cancer, and she's the number one in her class, straight A student, athlete. I mean, it hit us pretty hard at a really strange time. And as soon as they told us she had cancer, I hit the floor. I was very sad. I looked at her. She never cried. She looked at me for strength. And I knew that at that moment I had to pull it together and, be there for her. So watching her inspired me to make this a happy scenario. And having the doctors at Children's Mercy tell us that if there's any cancer to have, Hodgkin's lymphoma is the best. It's very curable, and that she should stay number one in her class and that she should stay an athlete. And currently right now, all of the military academies are pursuing her. She's gotten a ton of opportunities coming up because she's going into her senior year. A lot of colleges are reaching out to her, not just because of her story, but she is an amazing kid. So,
Wow. Well, it sounds like she comes from amazing parents. So
thank you.
Yeah. Well, high five, Reese. Way to go. Yeah, I know I'm just getting the chance to meet you, but thank you so much for being both of you, all of you, for being such a small part of what we're doing. And we really appreciate it. We're honored to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, all right, Danny and Mikey, we will give the stage over to you guys. So show us and let us hear how you interpreted Reese's story about her guardian angel.
All right. So the song is called Always There For Me. It was inspired by Reese's story, and it's kind of written from her point of view in a way, what I tried to do with the lyrics and everything, just how grateful she was for her mom and for all those who are helping her. So yeah, this is called Always There For Me. What we're gonna do is we have a little loop station, so we'll give you a little beat to dance to, and then we will get our instruments going. There's a light shine down from above that lets me know I'll be alright. When I face all these challenges, I know there's someone who braved the fight. My guardian angel with arms open wide. Through it all, she was by.
by my side. 'Cause you are always there for me, helping faithfully. Whenever I'm in need, you stick around. 'Cause you are always there for me, showing love so deep. Mom, when I'm with you, nothing can bring me down. All right. Took a walk down invisible stairs just to make your child smile. You're always watching out for me, filling up my heart for 1,000 miles. My guardian angel with arms open wide. By my side, 'cause you are always there for me, helping faithfully. Whenever I'm in need, you stick around. 'Cause you are always there for me, showing love so deep. Mom, when I'm with you, nothing can bring me down. Thank you for everything you do. 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 'Cause you are always there for me, helping faithfully. Whenever I'm in need, you stick around. 'Cause you are always there for me, showing love so deep. Mom, when I'm with you, nothing can bring me down. Thank you.
That was awesome. Great job, guys. That was so wonderful. Thank you guys. You guys did an awesome job. And Reese, obviously your story inspired this, and it was fantastic. And Amy, don't feel bad about wiping away tears. Honestly, I was kind of doing the same thing as I was watching you, so it was so sweet.
They get me every time.
You guys get us every time too. So.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Reese, can you imagine? I guess you're heading off to college next year. Can you imagine jamming and sharing this song, as well as you received a few other songs with your new classmates and colleagues at college, wherever you wind up?
Yes, sir. I just finished like most of my applications, so it's exciting.
Wow. Good for you. That's an exciting time of life.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Mikey and Danny, thank you guys so much. That was an awesome song. And everybody that's watching, please go read Reese's story. Do yourself a favor to hear the wonderful things she had to say about her guardian angel, Amy. Will warm your heart and make you grateful in the same way that she is for, in my case, my mom, who's my guardian angel. And I think those of us that are lucky enough to have those types of people in our lives, we're really blessed. And so thank you, Reese, for giving us that perspective and that gratitude and showing us all that. And thank you, Mikey and Danny, for bringing it to song and sharing that message in the way you guys did. That's really neat. So I know the link is in the chat. I'm assuming it is. So check it out. Please read Reese's story. You can donate to it. You'll be supporting iCAN and Sing Me a Story. And you can then have the song to jam out to the Beat Brothers from Orlando on your own, just like I'm gonna do with all these songs. So thank you guys so much. And I want to say a special thank you to iCAN. What a cool organization. We didn't know about you all up until 5 months ago or whatever it was that we were put in touch. And Sing Me a Story gets to work with all sorts of wonderful organizations all across the world. But you all truly are unique and are doing some really important work for youth and families all over the world. So we couldn't be more honored to be a small part of what you guys are doing. And I know I speak for everybody at Sing Me a Story in saying that I hope we get to continue because we always feel really lucky when we're introduced to and get to work with organizations like you guys. You're very unique, and we're blessed to be a part of it. So thank you. This was really fun, and I know there are some questions. So now I got to do what I'm not very good at, which is this whole technology thing. Q&A. So do I hit the Q&A button? Is that how that works? Or Hannah was going to be sending me questions. So first I have a question. Beat Brothers, hearing some of the other artists, what was some of the stuff that you enjoyed most?
Well, hearing the other artists was really cool. Being able to hear like how they would approach writing a song about like a child, and their story and everything. It is kind of really cool hearing a different approach than like what we did, and saying like, oh, like maybe we could have done that, or done this thing. And it's just really cool seeing how different people approach kind of a similar subject, but then everyone's different. They all have their own unique songwriting style and everything. So I just really love that. It's cool.
Awesome. And had you ever heard of anime music before?
I've heard a couple of anime songs, but I didn't know how like how yes, how expansive and comprehensive all this anime stuff is. And I'm learning a little bit from some of my friends that are really into it, but like there's just so much out there that I just had no idea about. So it's really cool.
That's awesome. And Cav, what did you think about some of the other musicians that you were able to be introduced to today?
What I really like, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. What what I really enjoyed about both the Beat Brothers and Michaelin's songs is that there's so much authenticity in how they write. And so I enjoy that. And so luckily, I'm in Nashville, like the place where that is. And so it's really, really cool to a lot of times people think that like certain things only come out of one place or not, but to know that she's up there in Canada doing it and they're down there in Florida still doing it. Like good music exists everywhere, like authentic songwriting exists everywhere. So I've really just enjoyed the sincerity with how they write.
Very cool. All right, well, we're almost out of time, so we have one last question for you, Michaelin. Somebody asked, you said your guitar teacher helped you write the song for Meg. Did you all write mainly with guitars, or did you write mainly with piano, or both?
So I'm very much writing with both right now, but I actually started playing piano when I was 5. So piano is like my primary instrument. It's the one that I'm super comfortable with. And then over quarantine, I decided it was time for me to pick up guitar. And I loved it. I love guitar so much. I feel like now I've been writing a lot more with guitar because um, it kind of allows me to write a different vibe almost than like on my piano. I feel like on my piano I end up writing a lot more like ballads and slower songs. But with guitar, it's also a lot more portable. So I can like write at night, and not wake up my whole family. And because I have two sisters, and sometimes my sister will text me and be like, "Stop playing your guitar, it's 2 in the morning." But either way, I couldn't do that with piano. So now I can write whenever I want, instead of only writing when it's daytime and my family's all awake.
That's very cool.
Mhm.
Awesome, guys. Well, we have all these questions, it looks like, in the chat. And I think what we will try to do, so Tom, will you help me with this? Tom from Sing Me a Story. We will try to capture as many of these questions as we can. And, with the help of Amy and the folks at iCAN, we'll try to get some answers and send out maybe a a recap link. It looks like we have a few more minutes, so let's see if we can get to a couple of the questions. Michaelin, I guess since you were chatting with you, are you always I'm a musician, and folks often would ask me this. Do you always have a song going in your head, or what is kind of your musical journey like when you are writing, and how was maybe this experience a little bit different than the way you might normally approach songwriting?
A lot of the time I start with the melody. I'm a very melody driven writer. So this was a bit different because I had the story like laid out in front of me and I had to take kind of the lyrics first and then apply them to music. So it was actually really fun to do it that way, and it actually inspired me to start writing that way more, with coming up with lyrics before I come up with melodies. So I've been doing that since writing this song, but this was just a really great opportunity because the whole song was there in the story already. It was just about picking up those pieces, especially because Meg is such a talented writer. There was like I could have just taken line by line by line and not even added my own touch and still had a great song come out of it. So it was a lot of fun to write for sure. And even though like I'm a melody driven writer, it was still really cool to take the lyrics first and then write the song around those.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you guys all so much for this. This was really fun. We'll try to capture many of your questions and send responses, but I'm going to hand it over to Leanne and Amy to close out the conference. And thank you again all from Sing Me a Story. We really appreciated this. See you guys.